Points on debut. Thank you.
Great job.
Great job, Nyck. Fantastic. You're so much deserving.
Thank you, Jost. Thank you. Much appreciated. My shoulders are dead. Dead.
So, Nyck de Vries has been one of the most talked about assets in F1 recently, as he won our hearts with his debut in Monza by finishing P9 in his first outing of the race. It was a very phenomenal debut, and it's something that de Vries couldn't even dream of. The Dutchman was literally attacking the AlphaTauri of Gasly and was defending against the Alfa Romeo of Joe as he capped the amazing weekend with a P9 finish and scoring 2 out of Williams' 6 points in the season.
There you go, Royo. P9.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. This has been incredible. Points on debut.
Now, the question started to emerge, why isn't de Vries in F1 yet? Are there any free spots available for him? Well, luckily for the Dutchman, it's silly season time, so there are a couple of seats that could suit him, and now it seems like AlphaTauri have emerged as the best suitor for the 27-year-old Mercedes reserve driver. So, is this a possibility? And what's the chance that we'll see de Vries racing in Red Bull if he opts to join AlphaTauri? Stick around with us to find out more. Now, Nyck de Vries is a driver that is currently in sweet pain, as there are multiple teams that are ready to sign him and give him what he desperately has sought in the past couple of years, an F1 seat. Alpine is the team that can offer him the best seat in the house, but it's likely they'll opt for a driver with experience such as Hülkenberg or Giovinazzi. With that being said, de Vries will probably go to either AlphaTauri or Williams, and although many of us believe the latter team would be his choice, it seems like he's shifted his focus towards AlphaTauri. And it's not a surprise at all. He's a very close friend to Max Verstappen, and when he spoke about the impressions of his first ever career race, de Vries said that Verstappen gave him a cool piece of advice, and it was something that helped him a lot going through the emotions of sitting in an F1 car. First of all, enjoy it and don't think or stress about it too much. I remember my first race in Australia 2015. It happened so quickly, but I think more broadly, if you just tell yourself, we'll see what happens, instead of really stressing about I need a good start or I need a good first lap, it's much better. You shouldn't think about that, and I think he handled everything really well. But yeah, it's nice. We know each other really well, so it was just a quick little motivation speech, said Verstappen. The same was said by de Vries' side, who added, "He was kind. We had some messaging last night, even this morning. Lewis congratulated me. They've all been very supportive and very kind. Max just came to me and said it's going to be fine, it's good to be good, you'll be fine. Just have a good start and get through. So I appreciate the support and also very thankful to all the fans who voted me as driver of the day," finished de Vries. Now, de Vries was seen with Helmut Marko in Graz, Austria, and it's very likely that the pair discussed a possible deal with AlphaTauri. Although the team is struggling with the performance, as they're currently P8 with a chance of being P7 in the Constructors' Championship, Gasly is nowhere to be found like he was in the 2020 and 2021 seasons with the team. The car also has regressed a lot in performance, which is why the Frenchman is finally willing to let go of the toxic environment in Red Bull, although he did extend the deal until 2024. But with Colton Herta becoming so popular, Red Bull made a statement that Gasly would be released if the right opportunity comes along, when just a couple of days ago it was Colton Herta and Colton Herta only.
I was disappointed because it's not what I'd been told during all that period and also after Budapest, so I didn't really expect that, but it's a decision I respect, and now I need to focus on the present and the future with Toro Rosso.
Now that de Vries has had this amazing experience in F1 and an amazing debut, it's likely that the team will pursue the 27-year-old Dutchman for the vacant spot in AlphaTauri that would be opened if de Vries agrees to this opportunity. It's evident that AlphaTauri, previously known as Toro Rosso, has served as a breeding ground for Red Bull drivers, as the likes of Verstappen, Ricciardo and Vettel all came from that school. But it's even more evident that Gasly's place isn't in Red Bull, and the Frenchman spoke earlier this season saying that it's now finally time for him to go to a top performing team, which, with all due respect, AlphaTauri is not. Red Bull gave me a great opportunity with promotion to the senior team because they saw my potential. If I think about it now, after 5 years in Formula 1, I'm decidedly a more complete driver. I have a lot more experience and am more efficient at working with the team. I know exactly what I want from the car and my feedback is much clearer. I'm much more complete. I think I've shown with a mid-ranking car I was able to grow and achieve good results, but with all the respect I have for AlphaTauri, there will always be a gap with the top teams. We can reach the podium, even a victory is not impossible, but there's a 1% chance. Finished Gasly, who also said that he and Helmut Marko had a conversation about his future in Red Bull. There have been so many rumours around my name because Red Bull had not yet clearly announced what was planned with me. Because of these rumours, I also talked about it with Helmut, and because their contracts are in force, we always see each other every year to talk about the future. He was very clear in telling me that they wanted to keep me at AlphaTauri. After Perez was re-signed, they wanted me to stay where I am, and will carry on until my contract expires. Next year will be my 10th as a Red Bull-backed driver. After, we'll see what happens. Finished Gasly assessing his future earlier this season. Now, if it's not AlphaTauri, then what team could De Vries potentially join? Of course, Williams is always an option, as the team is desperately looking to move away from Latifi, although the financial impact of this move would be a huge one for the team. F1 is a growing sport, and with good drivers, Williams shouldn't have a problem securing sponsors, something that Haas was able to do after sacking Mazepin and his father, who was the owner of Uralkali, the main sponsor of Haas during the COVID period. Jos Capito spoke about De Vries and the amazing debut he had, as well as the chance that he could be joining Williams in the upcoming period. He did an absolutely outstanding job, and I rate him extremely high. And that's when my expectations are extremely high, and he overfulfilled these. It's so difficult to get in that car to race for 2 hours and do the qualifying and not doing any mistake and not driving on its own. He had to defend, he had to attack, he had to get lapped and not doing a mistake, then he had to do the pit stop. It's just so complicated, and it's an outstanding job, said Capito, who also spoke about the contractual situations of De Vries. I don't know, you have to ask him what his contractual situations are. You've just seen how messy it can be, and we're not known for being messy. I'm not doing hypothetical things, so I'm only interested in facts. If the facts are there, then there might be solutions. Finished Capito. However, if the seat in AlphaTauri is offered to De Vries, it's more than evident that he'll accept it for two obvious reasons. First, AlphaTauri is much faster compared to Williams, and second, the potential of going to Red Bull is something you cannot just look away from. Perez has a contract until the end of 2024, and while Gasly wasn't the right suitor for the Red Bull senior team, there must be someone who'll be ready to replace the Mexican when the time comes. Tsunoda has been decent this season, but he's doing too many mistakes, and his temper is something that is compromising his performance. Contrary to that, we've seen the calmness and the steadiness of De Vries, as many drivers said that he was one of the best drivers in their shared F2 ventures in 2017 and 2018, such as Leclerc and Russell. With that being said, it's up to us to wait and see whether this deal will go through. So, what is your personal opinion on this? Do you think that De Vries' future is with AlphaTauri, although he'll be close to 30 when he'll have a chance to join Red Bull? Let us know in the comments below.